guys, it's Nikki and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching today's video where we are going to be chatting about the Run Disney Expo. So maybe this is going to be your first time ever at Run Disney into experiencing the expo, or maybe you have done the expo plenty of times but just haven't done it in a while and need a refresher. Or maybe you're just supporting my video, and thank you for that as well. So we're going to chat about all of the details that go into the expo, what the scheduling kind of looks like. So we're gonna dive into that and let's get started. So first, before we dive into what the expo is located at ESPN Wide World of Sports. So this is still on Disney World property, and all resorts do have transportation for you to and from the expo. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to decide if you want to stay on property during race weekend. I do highly recommend it because it's just going to make your life a lot easier getting to and from the races. With what is Run Disney. So maybe this is going to be your first Run Disney event. Maybe you don't even know what Run Disney is, but Run Disney is an event that is held at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. It actually used to be held in Disneyland Paris as well, but they haven't had that race in probably since like pre-pandemic. I don't know exactly when their last race in Paris was, but they used to have a really cool medal that was like the castle to the chateau. Oh, it is so beautiful. I just hope that they bring it back one day because I definitely need to go to that one. Anyways, so Run Disney consists of multiple weekends throughout the year, running from about September, which is the first weekend in Disneyland, through April, and it is ending in Walt Disney World. Every weekend consists of a 5K, a 10K, and a half. And marathon weekend, which is the weekend in January, has the full marathon. That is the only race weekend that you're going to be able to run a full marathon in Disney World. So sometimes you'll hear people say they do the Dopey Challenge, or they did just like the challenge of the race weekend. That normally means that they have done multiple races and then they get the challenge medal as well. I've gone into depth more about registering for the races in previous videos, so I'll leave that playlist link down below for you. But in today's video, we're just mainly going to be chatting about the expo and what that looks like. So for the Run Disney Expo, the main expo day, so that first expo day, is going to be the day before the first race. So not the day before the first event, which sometimes can be the yoga, which is funny, but that day before the first race is when the expo opens. For example, our next Run Disney race weekend is marathon weekend in January, and so that first race is actually going to be on a Thursday. So our expo day is going to be on that Wednesday before. The expo normally runs from about 10 o'clock until like later in the evening. Each day, the expo days do change. So if you're not going to the expo on the first day, make sure you keep an eye out on what those hours are. All you have to really do, if you're not going to the expo on the first day, that's fine. But just know that the expo days get shorter and shorter as the race weekend goes on, just because there's less people. Normally everybody goes on that first day to get their bib. The biggest thing to remember is that you have to go to the expo before your race day to pick up your bib. You cannot pick up your bib at the race. No one else can pick up your bib for you. You personally have to go and pick up your bib. You show them your license or any type of ID that you have, so they can make sure that it is you that is picking up that bib. No one else is allowed to pick that up for you. Like I mentioned, the bib pickup is the most important thing that you do at the expo. So depending on when you go that first day, the line can be a little long, but it normally moves pretty quickly just because they're cycling people in and out at a fairly decent pace, and there's not a ton of things to do in that main bib area. sometimes they will have characters within that convention center space, and you can go wait in line there, but they normally do a pretty good job of getting people in and out just to make sure everybody gets those bibs on that first day. So when you're picking up your bibs, if you sign up for multiple races, you will have to go to the different sections in the convention center. So for example, when I ran the challenge and the 5K at Wine and Dine, I had to go get one challenge bib for my 10K and my half marathon, and then I had to go get the other bib for the 5K. If you're doing Dopey, you would just go to one section because all of the races are combined in that challenge together, but they still actually give you 2 bibs for that weekend. There's going to be a bib that you will wear for the 5K and the 10K, and then there's a bib that you will wear for the half and the full. Something that I've noticed this year for the first time, because this is my first year doing the different challenges, I miss the individual bibs. All of the bibs have the really cute design on them, and granted they do have the challenge like design on the challenge bibs, but I just wish that we could still get each individual bib and then maybe a challenge bib, and then it's just us up to the racer to decide like which one they want to wear that day. But it is just so cute seeing like all of the bib designs, and I wish that we still would get those instead of just like the challenge bib. I know I'll probably feel differently about the Dopey one because during the full I definitely want to wear that Dopey bib, but the Mickey and Minnie bibs are always super cute too. So something small, but I just really liked the Tiana one, for example, during Wine and Dine, but we had to wear obviously our challenge bib during the 10K too. So like I mentioned, the biggest thing with the bibs is just making sure that you get those picked up on time. During my 30th birthday trip, I cut it really close because we flew in the day before. We got to the expo probably about 1 o'clock, 12:45, and it closed at 2 on that Saturday. So just make sure that you get there, you get your bib picked up, because again, that is the most important thing that you are going to be doing at the expo. Now let's chat about the merch at the expo. So if you follow me for a bit, you know I love a good merch haul, and I love merch from the Run Disney Expo weekends. So the biggest thing about the merch is on the first day, 100%, possibly on the second day, you do have to sign up for a virtual queue in order to get into the different convention center where that merch is located. So within the expo, you have your bib pickup, then you have your expo area where they have the different vendors and different people like that. And then they have a different building that has all of the merch inside. So at 8 a.m. on that expo day, you are going to want to select your group and then join that virtual queue right at 8 a.m. It is within the My Disney Experience app, and it works the same way like all the other virtual queues for Guardians of the Galaxy or Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which those are the current virtual queues at this moment. So it's again just right within your app. You go to the 3 hamburgers at the bottom of your app, and then you're going to select virtual queue from that page. From there, you're going to click join virtual queue. You will see at least 3, possibly 4, depending on what's going on at that moment, and one of them will be for ESPN Wide World of Sports, and that is where you can join the virtual queue for the merchandise at the expo. Once you get into the merchandise area and your virtual queue number is called, you will have to wait in line. And normally the line is pretty long. So just know that once you're in, and you can't really ever leave and then come back. On your virtual queue, you'll go in and you'll like claim it, and you'll see each person in your party, and then you will have to like confirm, and they scan it, and then you're in. So you can't then get back in line and go through. So once you're in, make sure you take your time. Obviously you have to wait in line, but once you're looking at your merchandise, just take your time, make sure you're going through everything, make sure you've purchased everything that you would like. You can do a mobile checkout on your My Disney Experience app. It will pull in any discounts for you as well, and you can use a gift card if you would like. You just have to type it in on the app. Purchase all of your merchandise, make sure you stay in that area, because there's normally some fun photo ops that you can take either outside of the merch area or inside. So just don't rush out once you get that merch. Make sure you walk around. Again, take your time, soak it all in. Once you've grabbed your bib and once that virtual queue is called and you have done all of your merch shopping, now it's time to head over to the main expo area where all of the vendors are located. Also, the biggest thing about this location is this is where you're going to pick up your race t-shirt. Yes, when you pick up your bib, you do not get anything else. You just get your bib. On your bib, you are going to have a little piece of paper up at the top. It is going to say your bib number, and then it is going to say either W or M, and then your size of shirt that you have picked out on the website. You're going to carefully tear that piece of paper off the top of your bib, and that is what, it's either the top or the bottom. I feel like it's the bottom. No, I'm feeling like it's the bottom. Either way, you're going to then go to the back of the expo, and don't worry, you'll see where it says like race t-shirt pickup. So you're gonna go back there, you're going to find the race that you are doing or the challenge, and you're gonna go pick up that shirt. Normally it's pretty organized, sometimes it's a little chaotic. So what you just have to do is when you get over to the race that you're running or the challenge, you're going to find the line that is your t-shirt size, and then you're gonna go up there and hand them your paper. Just make sure to keep it moving for everyone, that that little piece of paper is torn off of your bib before you go hand it to them. If you're tearing it off once you get up there, then it kind of just slows everyone else down. They will give you your race t-shirts in a baggie that you can use for your gear check if needed on race day. Do note that that is the only gear check bag that you can use. You can bring another bag and put it in your gear check bag, but they will not take a backpack or a drawstring bag or a different plastic bag. They must have that Run Disney gear check bag for you on race day if you're checking your gear at the start of the race. So just know you can't use any special bag. You have to use that gear check clear bag before the race. Enjoy the expo. There are so many fun vendors throughout the expo. Take your time, walk through it. I feel like sometimes we just get so busy and we're so, like, we are at the merchandise area for a really long time normally, and I feel like we never truly get to like enjoy the expo. I might possibly go to the expo multiple times in a race weekend. I normally only go one, but I really do want to look deeper at the different vendors that they have there, because all the stuff they have is really cute. They'll have jewelry, and they have bows and hair clips and socks and shoes and race fuel and all of that at the expo if needed for you. For your race fuel and definitely your shoes, definitely come prepared, like have your regular ones, but if you needed a new pair for a different weekend, that's a great place to be able to try on tons of different things and definitely talk to the different experts about what shoe would be great for you. BB Brooke, whose ears these are, she is also an expo vendor. She does permanent jewelry. She has her band buttons and sliders and all the different things, and so it is just fun being able to see all of the small shops. And Sparkle Athletic Co is there as well with their sparkling skirts. So again, just a great time, lots of fun vendors, so definitely make sure you give yourself enough time to check out all of those items as well. And finally, a thing that you can purchase at the expo is the beer cup. So I am personally not a beer drinker, but I know this is a huge thing that a lot of Run Disney racers like to buy. It is like a plastic cup that you can then get refilled for cheaper at the end of your race. So that's something you can throw in your gear check bag, but that is an option of you being able to purchase the beer cup at the expo. The Wine and Dine beer cups were actually really cute, and I ended up purchasing one empty just because I wanted to be able to use it at home or like put my pens in it. I really haven't decided yet, but at the expo is where you can purchase those cups if that interests you. Hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and chatting all about the Run Disney Expo. Please, please, please let me know what questions you have in the comment section below, because I love chatting Run Disney with you. And if you've made it this far, do like the little running emoji at the end, so I know that you've made it all the way to the end of the video. But I hope you guys have a magical rest of your day, and I will see you real soon. Bye!